In Monte Vista Mock Trial, members play the prosecution and defense side of a fictional court case to replicate a real trial.
For me personally, I'm into politics and law, so I think it suits what I would like to do in the future, and it's a really great club for me to get a feel of how law would be in the real world.
In the beginning, we'll have preparation competitions against ourselves, as well as those practice competitions against schools. These are called scrimmages, and then the real competitions which happen in around February and March, where we really do compete against other schools with real judges, real attorneys, and real people scoring us, like real juries. I thought that the structure of team competitions was very similar to that of a normal football team. The reason is because not only do we have both an offense and defensive team that's going to be in our terms of prosecution and defense, but also it's very role dependent. So we have specific opening and closing attorneys, we have specific mid-round attorneys, witnesses, all the witnesses which are incredibly different, and it's very similar to acting in that case.
MV Mock Trial held a meeting on October 14th to practice for their internal scrimmage on the 21st. They will be discussing the People versus Kobe, a case of an alleged murder in which Tenant Kobe murdered his landlord Eric Smith by placing a dangerous rattlesnake in his mailbox.
Well, I think the murder is a bit comical because it's about a snake being in a mailbox and then killing the person. So I think that just the general nature of the case is pretty interesting, and also how the other people reacted and how just the case generally played out.
Hopefully today we finish our 3 direct questions, or maybe more than 3, but all of our direct questions, and then be able to practice utilizing that and stuff like that.
Today during the meeting I worked on creating arguments from previous cases and working to see what cases fall under which arguments.
1 week later was the practice scrimmage. The prosecution and defense took turns calling witnesses to the stand, and lawyers from both sides questioned them. The defense ultimately won.
I think the practice went really well. It was a good intro to how things normally function, and I think I learned a lot.
I think the practice really benefited me because prior to the practice I wasn't really sure how mock trial was like and how witnesses were being called up, but after this practice it really helped me to understand what mock trial is really like.
Personally, I think I could prepare better for my rebuttals for certain points since I didn't really have any prepared, but overall I think it went pretty well.